Hi everyone, welcome to the DataGen channel. So today we will discuss about constraint. So in the last two videos, I have covered in SQL series DDL command and the DML command. So DDL command, we have seen that how we can create the table, how we can alter the table, drop the table, truncate the table, and rename the table. So while creating the table, we have created the table. We have not given any rules and regulation on the columns. So today we will see how we can use this constraint while creating the table. So first of all, we need to understand what is constraint. So constraint is nothing but in SQL, we need to apply some restriction and rules on the table columns to maintain the data integrity. Now, what is data integrity? Data integrity ensures that data remains correct, consistent, and usable throughout its life cycle. This one. So constraint in SQL apply restriction or rules on the table columns to maintain the data integrity. Data integrity ensures that data remains correct, consistent, and usable throughout its life cycle. Okay, so we will see that if we are not using constraint, then what will happen? Let's say you have employee table, employee table. Okay, now in this table, let's say I'm creating this. This is my column name. Let's say employee ID, employee name, salary, and the department. Now, in every column, there should be a unique, not in every column, there should be in every table, okay, there should be one common, there should be one column will be there which contain the unique values. Based on that unique value only, you will recognize one particular or individual records. So let's say if I'm giving here 101 and let's say employee name is let's say Akash, salary is let's say 1000 and department is 10. Now here 101 data you inserted. Now if you don't apply here any rules and regulations in this table, then what will happen? There is a possibility that we can also again insert the record 101 and then Akash and then 1000 and department 10. You can insert this record. So if you insert the second record also similar like your first record, then this will be your become duplicate. Then how you will recognize this person, Akash? Let's say I want to see the Akash details from this table. So if I will write select star from employee table, okay, and here if I will use where clause, and if I will apply here where employee ID equal to 101. So this where clause, what it will do, it is applying filter on this data set. Means we are applying some condition here. Based on this condition, we are fetching the records. So this where clause, what it will do, it will come to in this table and it will see that where employee ID is 101. So the first record is also matching with 101 and the second record is also matching 101. So this will give me two records and both the records are the duplicate. So if you are getting the duplicate, right? So then again, it is a blunder, right? So if you are fetching only one single record of a person, then you are getting multiple records and that is a duplicate. There is no use of inserting the duplicate, correct? So to handle this situation, okay, so if you see in the real time also, if you work in any company, right? So whenever you will work on any table, you will see inside that table there will be one common, there will be one column will be there which contain the unique values. There should be not duplicate. See, employee name can be duplicate, no problem. Salary can be duplicate, no problem. Department ID can be duplicate, no problem. But employee ID should be unique, right? So we need to apply here some rules and regulations so that we are not allow here to insert the duplicate. So if this employee ID contain the unique values, so with the help of that unique value, you can fetch only one particular employee details. Correct? Again, I can write here like this also. If I am not applying any here restriction in this column, then what will happen? I can write like this 101, and here I will give Manav. And here let's say 10 10,000, 11,000, 10,000, sorry, and department is 20. Now, if I will again execute this query, then what will happen here? Three records will come. The first two duplicate will come. Along this duplicate, this record will also come. Now, here, two different employee having the same employee ID, then this is the blunder, right? So with the same employee ID, there is no way that there should be a two employee. For each employee, there will be a unique employee ID should be there. In a company also, let's say if we are working as a employee in any company, then you whatever you will get or assigned one employee ID. That unique ID is only for you so that you will get recognized. So if in mail ID or if anywhere, if I will search by your ID, then only your information I will get. Other employee ID will not get, okay, information. So, but if you are maintaining this type of table without applying any constraint into the column, then what will happen? There is a chance that you can insert the duplicate value. Okay, so to avoid those situations, to insert the corrupt data or duplicate data or invalid data, constraint is required. So constraint is nothing but it is used to apply the rules or regulations, okay, so that we can prevent invalid or corrupt data from being entered into the database table. So now, what are the constraints we have? So we have primary constraint, we have foreign key constraint, we have unique, not null, check, and composite key. So one by one we will see this one. Okay, first we will understand this theory part, one by one this constraint, and then we will go to the practical. Okay, so let's start. First of all, we will see the primary key constraint. What is primary key constraint? So primary key constraint ensure that each value in the column or set of columns are unique and not null. It ensures that each value in the column or set of column are unique and not null value. So let's say if you create one table and inside that table, let's say you have employee ID, and this employee ID you have defined as primary key. So primary key basically what it is saying that it ensures that each value in the column or set of column are unique and not null. Basically means what here it is saying that in this employee ID which you have applied as a primary key, so in this column you cannot insert the duplicate value and also you cannot insert the null value. So here you cannot insert the duplicate value. Duplicate values are not allowed, and not null values are not allowed. Null values are not allowed. So here you can insert only the unique values. So if you try to, let's say here you inserted 101, again if you try to insert here 101, then it will throw you the error. 101 you cannot insert. Again, if you try to insert the null value, then this is also not possible. So duplicate value and null value you cannot insert here. Foreign key we will see the later. We will see first this unique. Okay, unique constraint. Now what unique constraint is saying? So unique constraint ensure that each value in a column or sets of column contain the unique value. It ensures that each value each value in a column or sets of column contain unique value. Okay, so let's say you have one column. Okay, inside this, now let's say this unique column, for example, let's say you have given here employee ID. Okay, and this employee ID you have given as unique. You applied this employee ID as a unique constraint. So in this case, what will happen? So unique will say that in this employee ID, you can insert the unique values. Let's say 101 you are giving, 102. And if you try to insert here 101 again, then this is not possible. So duplicate value you cannot insert here, but null value you can insert here. In case of primary key, you cannot insert the duplicate value and also you cannot insert the null value. But in case of column, which is defined as unique constraint, so in that column, you can insert the null value. But duplicate value should not be there, but null value you can insert. This is your unique. The next one is we have a not null. Now, not null, what it is saying that it ensures that column or sets of column contain not null value, not null values. Now, what does it mean? So, not null is saying that if you defined any column as not null constraint, so inside that column, you cannot insert the null value, but duplicate you can insert. Now, let's say again, if I take example of this employee ID. Now, if you are making this employee ID as the not null constraint, if you applied this not null constraint on this employee ID, then inside this employee ID, you cannot insert the null value. In null value, you cannot insert, but yes, duplicate value you can insert 101, 101, like this, you can insert. This is possible, but null value you cannot insert. So basically, this primary key is the combination of unique and not null. So primary key, you cannot insert the duplicates, okay, which is same working as the unique. Plus in primary key, you cannot insert the null value also, which is similar like your not null value. So if you are using not unique column, unique constraint on the employee ID, you cannot insert the duplicate value, but you can insert the null value. If you are applying not null in any column, then inside that column, you can insert the duplicate value, but you cannot insert the null value. But if you want that inside your column, you should not insert the duplicate value also, plus you should not insert the null value also, then primary key constraint you need to apply. Okay, so I hope you understand this one. So next constraint is your check constraint. Constraint. So check constraint ensures that all the values will allow in the column after after satisfies the condition which we define, which we define. So in this case, we can define any condition based on the requirement. Now let's say I have created one column, let's say salary column. Okay, and in this salary column I have defined one constraint that is called your check constraint, and inside this check constraint you need to pass the condition, and here I'm saying check and employee salary is greater than 1000. So here I applied the check constraint on this salary. And what condition you have given? You have told that employee salary should be greater than 10,000. Now, if you insert here, let's say 1100, then it will insert. If you try to insert here, let's say 1200, this value will also insert, because when you are inserting this 1100 will check this condition, that whether this employee salary is greater than 1000 or not. So obviously 1100 is greater than 1000, so this data will insert. Now say similarly you have tried to insert the 1200, so this 1200 also is greater than 1000, so it will insert. Now let's say you try to insert the 900 in this salary column, so this 900 value is less than 1000, so this condition will become false, because this 900 is not satisfying this condition. So in this case you will get the error, so you cannot insert the 900 here. Again, let's say you try to insert 800 here, then again this 800 is not satisfying this condition, so this will also throw the error, and you cannot insert the 800 value in this salary column. So if you apply the check constraint on any column, then only that value will be inserted in that column which will satisfy this condition. Okay, so this is your check constraint. The next we will see the composite key. Composite key is nothing but whenever you are applying multiple primary key constraint on multiple columns, then that is called your composite key. Okay, so whenever we applying primary key on multiple columns, that is called your composite key. Composite key means when we apply primary key constraint on multiple columns, then that is called composite key. Sorry, composite key. Now, before understanding the foreign key, first of all, we need to understand this thing. Let's say you have a single table. Okay, you have this single table. You have this single table, and inside this table only you are maintaining all the different information data in single table only. Let's say you are managing the product information in this table, customer information also in this table, and the order information also in this table. So here you are maintaining here product details. So let's say product ID, I'm saying product ID. Okay. Then you are maintaining the product name and the price. Then in the single column only, not single column, sorry, in the single table only, you are also maintaining the order details. So order ID, then quantity. Now these are the information about the orders, and these are the information about the product. And then again the customer information also you are storing here only. So customer ID, customer first name, and customer last name. Okay, now all the information, let's say product detail also, order detail also, and customer detail also, you are inserting here only. Let's say 101 is there, then product name is, let's say, Apple, and then price is, let's say, 1000. Order ID is 114, quantity is 1, customer ID is, let's say, 201, first name, let's say, Akash, and here Kumar. Now, here all the product details, like in your shop, what are the products you have, you are maintaining that one, and those information you are storing in this table only. Then order information also you are storing here only, and the customer details are storing here also. Now, tomorrow, let's say by mistake, if you delete this record, okay, then what will happen? The complete information of the product details, order details, and customer ID details will also remove. Means if you are removing the single records by mistake, let's say you try to delete one product. Let's say this Apple product is not available right now in your stock. Okay. Now let's say you try to delete this one. So if you are trying to delete this product details, along with that order ID information also and the customer information is also deleting unnecessary. So to remove this product, you are removing the unnecessary order details also and the customer detail also. This is not a good approach. Okay. So what we can do in real time, people what they are doing, instead of storing the product details, order details, and customer detail in one table, they are segregating all this information in three different table. And after creating three different table, let's say product one, there will be, we need to create one product table. Okay, we need to create one product table. Now this table contain only the product information, and here we will give the column, let's say product ID, and here let's say product name and the price. Then we will create one more table which maintain only the order details, and we are maintaining one customer table which stores the customer table. Here I will maintain the customer details. So here I will keep customer ID, first name, last name. Okay. And here I will write here 201 Akash Kumar. Okay. And here I will store the data like this. So in this product detail, what I will, the same information I will keep. So product ID is, let's say, 101. Product name is Apple, and price is 1000. Okay. Now in order table, I need to insert the order information. So what are the details I will keep here? Order ID. Okay. Order ID and the quantity. And here the information will be, let's say, order ID is 114, quantity is 1. So I segregated this table into three tables. So this table I segregated into three tables: product 1, order, and customer. Now, if you try to delete now tomorrow, if you delete the product details, then it will not affect this table and this table. Or tomorrow, if you delete this record, this information will not affect this table and this table. Now, you may ask the question that you have segregated this information, but where is the relationship between this table? We need to create the relationship between these two tables, not between these two tables, three tables. And how we can use the foreign key and primary key. With the help of foreign key, primary key, how we can create the relationship. So foreign key is nothing but it ensure that value in one table should match a value in another table. It maintain the referential integrity. So because of the foreign key constraint, we can create a relationship between our tables. Because here right now we have segregated the table, but there is no relationship between the table. So if there is a relationship between the table, then only what you can do, you can perform join easily. Okay. So what here we can do that one. So if you see in this product detail, I have product ID, product name, price, and in customer, I have customer information. Now in this order, I will create two columns. One is product ID, and here I will create the customer ID. to make the relationship customer ID. Now in this table, this primary ID will contain the unique product. It should not be repeated. So this will be your primary key. Now this primary key, and in this order table, this will be your foreign key. Okay, and this primary key will match and having the relationship between this primary product ID which is available in the order table. Now in this customer ID we need to create this one as a primary key. Here we can store the unique values, and this customer ID will match or have the relationship with this customer ID of the order table. So in this way, there is a relationship between these tables, and this here customer ID will also be a foreign key. So with the help of foreign key, we are creating the relationship between the tables. Now, so in this primary key, you can insert only the unique values, but this 101 value, if you try to insert here, so here you can repeat that value 101, 101, 101, like this you can repeat the value. Here duplicate in foreign key, you can insert the duplicate value, but in primary key, you cannot insert the duplicate here. Okay, so primary key contain only the unique values. Then again, here 201 is there. So this 201, if you try to insert here, so here you can repeat that value 201, 201, 201. Okay, so in this way, we can create the relationship between the tables with the help of primary key and the foreign key column. So foreign key, mostly this foreign key column will make the relationship between the tables. So if I will write here 106, 115 or 118, and let's say product is 2 and 3. So in this way, we can understand that this 201 customer have three product he bought. Okay, three product he bought means same product he bought. Same product means here if you see the product ID is also 101. So this customer whose customer ID is 201, which is repeated three times, he have ordered. What he ordered, same thing he have ordered. So he ordered apple 101, that is your apple, one quantity he bought. Again, same customer bought the apple product two times, two product, two quantity. Again, the same customer bought the apple three quantity. So in this way, the relationship will be happened. Okay. So now we will see the practical that how we can create the primary key, foreign key, unique, not null, check constraint, and composite key while creating the table. So let's start. I hope you understand. If you have any doubt why we have created this constraint and what is primary key, foreign key column, if you're not understanding, so please comment me and I will try to answer your question. So now first we will see the primary key. Now here what I will do, I will create a one student table. Okay. In this student table, we will see how we can apply the primary key column. Okay. So now we will see the primary key. First we will create the primary key column. So what I will do, I will create one student table. So I will write create table if not exist student table, and here I will apply a student ID in primary key. Then a student name varchar, a student age, roll number, and course. Now execute this code. So table not created. So here what is saying? No database got selected. So first we need to select the database because outside the database you cannot create the table. So I need to first select the database. So I write use MySQL series. This is my database. So execute this one. Now I have selected my database. Now I will create this table. Execute. Now my table got created. Now if you refresh this one, here in tables, you can see a student table got created. If you want to check, you can check like this also. This a student table. So this will give you the description of the table, and you can see here student ID, student name, student age, roll number, codes. Table got created. These are the field and its respective data type. And if you see here in the key, it is showing prime. Prime means primary key. That means in this column, you have applied primary key constraint. And here null means, if you see here null means it is saying no. No means in this column, you cannot insert the null value, but in rest of the column, if you can see here, yes is there. That means in rest of the column you can insert the null value, but in this column you cannot insert the null value because you have applied here primary key constraint. Now we will try to insert the record in this table. So I will write here insert into a student table, and then I will write here values, and let's say here I will try to insert the null value in the first column itself, and then name is, let's say, Akash. Then a student age is, let's say, 26, and roll number is 21, and course is, let's say, math. And then try to execute this one. If you try to execute this one, we will get the error. What error we are getting? It is saying that column student ID cannot be null. So I told right that in primary key column, if any column is your primary key column, in that you cannot insert the null value, and also you cannot insert the duplicate value. So null value you cannot insert here. This is the first thing. Second, we will see, I will take the same insert query, this one, and here I will paste this one, and instead of null I will give some value here, let's say 101, and execute this code. So now when I'm given 101, see the data is got inserted. So if you want to see the record, so you can write select star from student table and execute this code. You can see here 101 data is inserted here, Akash, age 26, roll number, and maths. Now what I will do, again I will try to insert this record, this one, this record. So here what I'm doing, again I'm trying to insert 101 data into this student ID. So if I will try to insert this record again, I will get the error. What it is saying, duplicate entry 101 for key a student table, that is a primary key. That means here I am trying to insert the duplicate value in the student ID. In student ID already we have 101 is there. So if you try to insert the null value in the primary key column, you will get the error. So primary key constraint will not allow you the duplicate value, plus it will also not allow the null value. The next example, we will see how this unique columns. So what I will do, I will drop this table, and then fresh table we will create. So what I will do, let drop this table, drop table. So drop, I hope you understand, drop means what? It will drop the table itself from database permanently. Execute. Now see, table got dropped. Now there is no such table. Okay. If you write select star from student table, it is throwing some error. Table MySQL dot series dot student table does not exist. That means Inside this database, my underscore SQL underscore series, there is no table such a student table because you already dropped that one. Now what I will do again, I will create the table. Let's create the table in the new page. And here I will write unique constraint. Unique constraint. And this time what I will do, instead of primary key, I will make this as a unique. Now create this table. Now table got created. Now what I will do, I will go here and I will first insert this record. I will try to insert the record here. So when I will execute, one data will be inserted in this table. So select start from the student table. So one record got inserted. 101 Akash 26 21 math. It is inserted this record. Now what I will do, I will try to insert this record with the null value. Now here what I am doing, I am trying to insert the null value in the student ID. Now student ID is nothing but we have assigned this one as a your unique constraint, correct? So I already told that in unique column, you cannot insert the duplicate value, but you can insert the null value. So here I am trying to insert the null value in the unique column. So this will allow me to insert. See here, one row got affected. Now again, you write select a start from a student table. You will see null value is inserted. So if any column is your unique constraint, then inside that you can insert the null value, but duplicate you cannot insert. So again, if I will take this data, so it will throw me the error because again you are trying to insert the 101 value in the student ID. That means 101 is already available. So student ID will not stores the duplicate value. See here you are getting the error. Duplicate entry 101 for a student table student ID. So in student ID you cannot insert the duplicate value. So unique column will only allow the unique values. Okay, no duplicate. Plus in unique column you can also insert the null values. So again I will drop this table, drop table and this column name and drop this one. Now table got deleted. Again I will create this table. And this time I will create the table with the help of not null constraint. Not null constraint. And here I will keep as not null. So not null means in this student ID, you can insert the duplicate value, but you cannot insert the null value. So let's execute this code query. Now table got inserted and what I will do here, I will try to insert this value. So insert this value, execute. Again, I will insert the same value. This will also execute it. Now select star from a student table. Now execute this code. See here, duplicate data is inserted in the student ID. So this student ID we have assigned as the not null constraint, but in this student ID we can insert the duplicate value. But you cannot insert here null value when your column is your not null constraint. So let's insert the null value. Let's try to insert the null value. When you execute this code, it is throwing the error. That column student ID cannot be null because your student ID you have mentioned as the not null constraint. So in this column, you cannot insert the null value. So this is your not null. Next, we will see the example of your check constraint. So here I will write check constraint. Check constraint. Now here what I will do again, I will delete that or remove that table. So what I will do, I will write drop table a student table and execute this code. Table got dropped. Again, I will copy this one and here what I will do, I will not assign any primary key, foreign key constraint here. Okay. Now in this student age, I will give one check constraint. Okay. And here I will give some condition check. And here I will write a student age greater than equal to 18. So here what constraint I am applying in this column? I am applying this check constraint on this age column and I am giving here condition that in this column we cannot insert the value age which is less than 18. So here if you try to insert the age value which is less than 18, it will throw you the error. So all the age should be greater than 18, then only that value will be or that age will be inserted in this column. So what I will do, I will take this one and I will try to insert here the record. So here what I'm saying 101 is the student ID, name is Akash, age I have given 26. So 26 is greater than this 18 column. This condition is matching, right? So this 26 data age will be insert in this column. Then roll number is 21 and here math. So execute this code. So what it is throwing the error table does not exist. So I have not created the table or what? Okay, I have not created the table. So first create the table. Okay, now table got created. Now execute this code. See here one record got affected because here you have as per the condition you have given the age here which is greater than 18. Now what I will do, I will try to insert another record where I will give the age less than 18. Here I will give 15. Okay, age is 15. So if I will execute this code, it will throw me the error. Check constraint student table is violated. That means here you have given some rules that a student age value should be greater than 18. And when you are trying to insert 15, that means you are going against the check constraint rule. So you cannot insert here the age value less than 18. Okay, so in this way you can give the condition. Based on the condition only, the value we need to insert in that particular column. This is your check constraint. Now we will see the composite key. So what I told composite primary key means defining the primary key column on the multiple columns. So in the first example, we have created the primary key column on the single column. When you apply this primary key constraint on multiple column, let's say I am creating this primary key here also, I will create primary key in the roll number also. So when you applying primary key on the multiple column, that is called your composite primary key. Okay. So again, what I will do, I will drop this one, drop table student table. Now execute. Now table got deleted. Now I will take this one same table and I will go to new file and here I will increase the size. Here I will say composite primary key and here I will give this one. Now here I will apply the primary key and in this roll number also I will apply the primary key. Now execute this code. Now here it is showing some error, multiple primary key defined. So this is showing you some error. So how you can apply the composite key? So in this way, if you will give, then it will throw you the error. This is the wrong way of defining the composite key. So how we can define the composite key? So you should not give here primary key. Then here also you should not give the primary key. You need to come here, and here you have to give like this primary key. And on which column you need to apply this primary key? So I want to apply in a student ID, comma, I want to apply in the roll number. Now execute this code. So give here some space and then execute this one. uh, Here comma, it should be there, comma. Okay, now execute this one. Now this table got created with the two primary key column. So now if you want to check, write desk student table and execute this. See here, two columns got created with the primary key. One is student ID. Here it is showing null value, means in this you cannot insert the null value, and key is primary key. And roll number is also created with primary key, and in this roll number also you cannot insert the null value and the duplicate value. So this is called your composite primary key. So whenever you are applying primary key on multiple columns, then that is called your composite key. The next we will see how we can create the foreign key column. Okay, how we can create the relationship between two tables. Okay, so this is the example of foreign key column. Okay, so here I am whatever the table I have explained related to your foreign key, we have used product table, customer table, and order table. Same thing I am creating here also. Okay, so here we have in this single table we have all the information: product information, order information, and customer information. So all this information we have segregated in these three tables, and then we created the relationship between each table using foreign key column, right? So in order table only we have two foreign key columns: product ID, which is matching with the foreign primary key of this product, and this customer ID, which is have the relationship with this column, which customer ID, which is the primary key of the customer table. Same we are replicating here also. So I am using I'm creating one product table, and the product column name is product ID. Then this is the primary key, and then product name I'm giving here product name. Okay, product name, and it is a varchar, not null value. So here I cannot insert the null value. Price also, in price also I cannot insert the null value. So this will create me the product table similar like this. Okay, execute this one. Now table got created. Now second is customer table. In customer table, what are the column we have given? Customer ID, which I'm making as a primary key. Okay, then first name. Here in you cannot insert the null value. Here also you cannot insert the null value. So not null, not null, we have took as a constraint. Here if you not take this not null also, then also it will work, because primary key anyhow if you are using null value you cannot insert here. Okay, so not null is not required here. So now I will create the customer table also. Customer table also got created. So we have created this product table, okay, and the customer table, which contain the customer ID, first name, last name, and here product is product ID, product name, and the price. Now in this product ID is the primary key, and the same product ID we have in the order table also, which is your foreign key. So here I am creating the orders table. In this, order ID is your primary key. This will be keep as a int type. This also take here int type. Here also int. Here also int. Then there is a quantity column is there. Now here I have used product ID, okay, which is here you cannot insert the null values. Then in customer ID you have to, which is the relationship with customer table customer ID. Okay, and here you have used the not null constraint. That means in this you cannot insert the null value. Now how you can apply the foreign key means, this is product ID is matching with the for product table product ID, right? So this, in this table, this is your primary key. We need to make this product ID as the foreign key in this table. then only the relationship between order table and product table will happen. Then again, customer ID, we will make this one as the foreign key. So once you will define all your table name, now we need to make this product ID and customer ID as the foreign key. So here we need to say foreign key, correct? And then here you need to tell that on which column you need to apply the foreign key. So product ID means this product ID, and then you need to give the reference, and here you need to tell that this product ID is matching with which table product ID. So here we are saying this product ID is matching with the product ID of the product table. This is the table, and this product ID is the column of this product table which have the relationship with the this product ID available in the order table. Now again, foreign key, on which column you want to apply foreign key? Customer ID. And this customer ID is having the relationship with the customer ID of the customer table. So in this way, we can create the foreign key column on this product ID and the customer ID. Okay. Now execute this code. Now this table also got affected. So in this way, you can create the primary key and foreign key, and in this way you can create the relationship between these two table. So I hope you all understand this one. So make sure you will practice all these things, and if you have any doubt, please comment me out, and whenever I will get the time, I will surely reply on each comment. And till then, take care, bye bye, and please like, subscribe, share, and also hit the bell icon. So whenever I will upload the video, you will get the notification. Thank you.